In this lesson, we will be covering how to create chamfer features inside of Autodesk Inventor. A chamfer, just like a fillet, it's a placed feature. So the file that I have open is fillet1.ipt in the Chapter 4 exercise folder. I'm going to go ahead and click on the chamfer tool from the Part Features panel. And in the dialog box, you'll see that we have three different options. We have a distance option, distance and angle, and two distances. And we'll be covering all of those here in this lesson. I'm going to start off with the most popular, and that's going to be selecting the edge. And basically what this is going to do, it's going to create a 45-degree chamfer. So as I can adjust the distance here, I get the preview. I can hold down the F4 key to see exactly what that chamfer is going to look like. I can come back, select more edges if I want. Go ahead and click OK. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do with the 45-degree chamfer. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And let's take a look at another option here. So with that edge option, you'll notice when I select that tangency, or that edge that is tangent, it selects all three edges. If I expand that dialog box, I have an option on the left-hand side here called All Tangent, or just a single edge. So I'm going to click on Single Edge, and I'm going to do this before selecting the edge to chamfer. So I'm going to do both sides, and let's make it a little bit larger so we can see it. Click OK, and you'll see that it's running that chamfer straight out, not going around the tangency. So definitely a dramatic difference here in that chamfer. So let's go ahead and delete that. And let's take a look at our other options here. So with the distance option again, I'm going to select three edges that form a point. Let's rotate the model so we're looking at that. And if I expand the dialog box, we have two different options for the setback or no setback. So let's just go ahead and click OK for the default, which is the setback. And you'll see that it creates a triangle where all three of those chamfers come together. I'm going to edit that feature. And let's change it to no setback. And of course I could have done this right when I was creating that chamfer. I don't have to go back and edit it later. But you see it forms a sharp point where all three of those edges come together. Let's delete that chamfer. And let's take a look at the second option. And that's going to be distance and angle. So you notice the red arrow asking me to select a face. And then I'm going to select an edge. So in the dialog box, I'm selecting the distance that the value for the chamfer is going to roll on down, and then how far of an angle will that pass back. So in this case, if I change it to 5 millimeters, rotate the model so I can see it. Getting the angle, let's change that to 20. So in this case, it's going down 5 millimeters with an angle of 20. Go ahead and click OK. So in this case, I can only do one edge at a time based off that face. So let's undo that. And let's look at the last option. And that's going to be two distances. So in this case, I can select that edge again. And what I'm going to do is define how far do I want it to go in each direction. So in this case, let's do 6 and 3. And if you have them reversed, you could either retype in the numbers, or there's this arrow right here. Go ahead and select that, and it will reverse the directions for that given face, which one's left and which one's right. So go ahead and click OK.